Hello. My name is Heidi and this is Soundberry Burrow, and on my channel I talk about whatever I feel like talking about, and this year I've been focusing heavily on my sketchbooks. So I'm finished and on to the third sketchbook of 2023, but this is a video about sketchbook number 2, the final part. So enjoy. Thank you. Well, on this page we are picking up, I was at my mom's apartment, and so I drew a little spread she had. She had on a muffin, and she bought me a bag of Hershey's Kisses because she loves me, and she just wanted to give them to me because she knew my boobie was a little sad from my procedure, so she gave me some kisses. I love my mom. She's awesome. And so that was very nice, and I thought, well, I'll give that a little drawing then. This is really interesting. There had been tracks on top of my bus in the snow, and they were bird tracks of some kind, but I wasn't sure what, and so I took pictures and put them up on Facebook and Instagram just to see what do people think this is. And it came back mostly that it was a wild turkey, and I found that really wonderful because my dad used to call people the turkey, and I do it too, and it means more now even than it did before, and it can be a good calling or a bad calling. I love turkeys and chickens. I think they're beautiful and wonderful. But it can also be like if somebody cuts me off in traffic or something, I can say, "Oh, you turkey," and not in a good way. And I just think about my dad, you know, when I call people a turkey. And like I say, it can be a term of endearment or it can be an insult, just depending on how I inflect it. This here page was a template. I had an idea for animation. I got the idea for the animation when I was doing my circle check on my bus, and the lights were flashing on the windshield on the snow, and the snow it looked like it was moving, but I knew it wasn't, and I thought, what if something is static and you just flip around where the shadows are, and how is that like? So the animation I did actually is on my channel here, so you can find that, and it has this picture, but it's colored in on it, and that's how you know to look for it if you're interested. I play with animation every once in a while, and that's fun. Maybe I'll actually include a clip of an animation I did a few years ago called "It's Hard to Grow Eyelashes." It's short. They're all short because I get fed up because it takes so much work to do so. At this point they're all short, but I'll insert that here. I got my new grayscale markers, and so they are right there. That's really nice to have them. And so I did some playing with them. I did this imaginary woman, and I did just a sphere to see, you know, how does it do it when I work together. Here, this little picture. I heard about Mary Nohl, the Witch of Fox Point. I don't remember where or how, but I am in love with like people who make their yards or properties into like statue gardens. I think it's really interesting, and her whole home was just filled with art. Everything in it was artistic and created or embellished by her, and I think that's just wonderful. Oh, we had no buses that day, so I got to stay home. And actually, funny thing, I'm shooting this video right now because we have another inclement weather day, and so I get to stay home and shoot this video, which is fantastic. Using my, just drawing my pen, using my pens. I tried oil pastels, but they smudged. I do think I will try doing oil pastels in another book and covering it, like putting wax paper over it. But I decided to not use oil pastels in this book. This is a nice watercolor paper, so. This is Odetta. She was an American civil rights activist and singer, and her voice is beautiful. If you get a chance to listen to some Odetta, Odetta, go for it. She has just beautiful. So I wanted to draw her. This, I was thinking about books I really liked when I was a kid, and you will know it is time to turn the page when you hear the chimes sound like this, and then the chimes would go off and you'd know it was time to turn the page. And that got me to thinking about the monster at the end of this book, which was so much fun. I read it and read it and read it and read it over and over and over again as a kid. I thought it was brilliant. And so I thought I'd pay a little homage to that. Here I did a little study, a little picture of David Tennant, and I was trying to do a different angle of Giles, my little skull that's my arting buddy, and so trying to show the crack in the back of his head and kind of do like, I don't know, like a 3/4 angle from the back, and it kind of looks kind of weird, but that's okay. We had a storm warning, winter storm warning in effect. That was March 3rd. Colin and I went out for supper, and I drew the display of bowls that they had on the wall. I thought it was really interesting, and I think it turned out pretty good. My coffee maker broke, so I'm so sticking with instant. Wasn't sure if I was going to replace it, because it's just, how many coffee makers have I had in my life that have broken and are now in the landfill? I cannot have caffeine, so Colin and I have different coffee makers, and I wasn't sure if I was going to replace it. I did replace it with something, and that'll probably come out a little later in some other sketchbook. I made a banana peel cord, and so this was how I did it. And I got the information on how to do this from a Facebook page called Foraged Fibers, and it is really interesting what she makes. I had a problem with it when it dried. It broke and cracked, so I'm not really sure how I would utilize that or anything. So when it comes to fibers, I have an awful lot to learn for using natural fibers, but I would love to do way more of that. I made homemade pasta again, and so I thought I'd do a picture of my plate. Homemade pasta, Brussels sprouts, and sliced cucumber. It was delicious. Here's my Fred. One of our kitty cats is named Winifred. Fred Burkle. Winifred Burkle Burrows, and we call her Fred. And that's her favorite spot to sit. And that's who she is. This is just a sketch of Sarah Michelle Gellar as Buffy Summers from season 1, episode 12, Prophecy Girl. Years ago I made a purse, and it was a fish. I knitted a fish purse, and I kind of missed my fish purse. It was really neato. There's a place in England, Essex, England, called Dial House. Colin introduced me to Dial House, and it is another home that I am fascinated with. It is just feels like it would be magical, and I would love to go there and contribute something, or leave a piece of art there or something. I don't know, see it and be inspired by other people's art. I will leave a link about Dial House. I'll find something and I'll put it there in case you want to check out more. This was just me with my lunch. Cream of broccoli soup and egg salad sandwich with carrot and celery. And then I just doodled, practiced circles around it. We had this one at a restaurant and I got crackers. I haven't bought crackers in a few years because we try to cut back on our garbage going out. And that's one of the things we kind of gave up, but I love crackers in my soup. This is another self-portrait. I really, really like it. It's actually the wallpaper on my phone now. I just think it's really neato. Again, neato. This is a roly-poly bug, and I thought, oh, I'll do a little bit of research on a roly-poly bug. I felt like doing some kind of a bug, drawing a bug. They have 7 sets of legs and they breathe through gills because guess what? They are not an insect. They are crustacean. They are a terrestrial crustacean called Armadillidium vulgare. So I said Neato here. I don't know. That's my word lately, I guess. So they're more closely related to crabs. Isn't that cool? So roly-poly bugs are like if you're outside and you lift up a piece of wood and all those little kind of roundy bugs, or like these kind of shaped bugs, scatter, those are roly-poly bugs. And they're not bugs. They're like crustaceans. Interesting. I had to do another picture of my mug because it's my favorite mug and I love it. And then I went to visit mom or grandma with my mother. And then we went to Swiss Chalet for lunch and they had this wall thing here. There's quite a few restaurants in this one actually, but oh, we're on to the last page. Okay, well, I'll tell you, I got a new coffee percolator. It was from my mom and dad's wedding, like 52 years ago. And they got it as a gift. And I'll probably draw a picture of that sometime because I think it's quite lovely and I'm having a good time with it. But I was also able to get my Deadly Grounds, Death by Chocolate, decaf beans, because in an old style stovetop percolator you have to use coarse grounds. You cannot use fine ground, and it's hard to find coarse ground coffee now. Everything is fine ground, so I don't mind because that means when I use my percolator I get to grind up my own beans. And Deadly Grounds, Death by Chocolate, decaf is like, up to this point, my absolute favorite coffee. So I'll put a link to them as well. And if you give them a try, that would be, I don't know. If you give them a try, tell me what you think about them because I think it's well worth it. And it smells so good. My whole house smells good. Anyway, that was a pretty short one and pretty quick. If you have any questions or anything you want to see, please let me know. And if you could please like and subscribe, that would be fantastic. I just hit 100 subscribers and that's really awesome. I've been waiting a while for that. So thank you. Bye.